Hi, Zia. How does it feel that you're the only girl in the team? Are you the only girl?
Yeah, I'm the only woman out of 27. I would say na sanay na po ako sa ganyan kasi ever since naman I started, because I was originally a commentator. I still do mostly commentating, tapos recently na ako nagko-compete internationally. So even when I started out, konti lang yung female casters. And siguro nung umpisa, medyo self-conscious pa ako. But right now, it's really no difference when it comes to the game itself. And hindi naman, wala namang bastos or anything in real life. Siguro may mga trolls online, pero syempre, di ko sila papansinin. And I guess the only big difference is kapag nag-media kami, tapos inaayusan ako ng hair and makeup, sobrang mas matagal yung sa akin. But that's it.
But is your being a commentator, yun yung nag-lead sa'yo into
Playing
playing?
herself,
Or
or-
talagang,
Was that really like your...
how long have you been into it?
So, I've been playing in mga small local tournaments since 2016. But in the international events, yung mga Blizzard official events, talagang commentating yung origins ko. Tapos siguro mas kilala po ako for that until end of 2018. Na-invite po ako to an all-female tournament. Na I would say kasi konti lang yung mga kilalang female pros. Hindi lang mga pro player yung in-invite nila, pati mga casters and streamers. And then I ended up winning that whole event. So I continued competing. And ayun, umabot pa sa SIBOL.
When do you think did you start doing it professionally?
Yeah, yung passion na to.
Competing professionally.
Ay, kahit yung kung paano nag-start yung pagkahilig mo sa
Pagiging
game.
gamer.
Pagiging gamer.
How long have you been
Since
gamer?
birth po talaga. Kasi po, influence siguro ng kuya ko. Kasi, ayun, dalawa lang po kami magkapatid. Tapos, ewan ko, never po akong nahilig sa mga dolls, mga ganyan. Game Boy po yung nilalaro ko po ng bata. Tapos parang sinusundan ko lang po yung mga trip ng kuya ko.
Do you remember what the first game was that you played?
Probably Pokemon.
Ah,
Blue version, red yung sa kuya ko, mga ganun. And then, ever since, mga Nintendo talaga yung favorite ko.
Ano reaction ng family mo?
For SIBOL or for esports?
Yeah, with you
in general?
entering this kind of game.
So, pagpasok pa lang sa esports. So, nag-aaral pa po kasi ako nung nag-start ako mag-commentate. So, when I first said na, Mom, Dad, magpupunta akong Malaysia para mag-commentate. Sabi na, magkano yung papasahin? Sabi ko, hindi po covered po yan ng Blizzard kasi in-invite po ako mag-commentate. Tapos na-shock talaga nila, na-shock sila na pwede pala yung career or at least source of income. So, nung first, supportive sila. Actually, the whole way supportive sila. Especially since sakto Christmas break yun, so wala akong skinip sa school at the beginning. And then, later on, medyo nag-conflict na. Tapos, nahirapan na po ako mag-balance ng both. Pero hindi naman po sila nagalit. I think malaki po yung tiwala sa akin ng parents ko, so I really appreciate that. Basta sabi nila, as long as you finish your studies, we'll support what you want to do.
Do you see this as a full-time career?
Yes, I'm currently full-time
Are
Hearthstone.
you done with school? Or?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your course?
Molecular biology po yung course ko.
UP?
Apo.
But are you going to apply it?
I don't
Is it
think
like
it
a
has
pre-med?
any help in esports. Pwede po siyang pre-med. I think most of my, or at least
Batchmates.
half of my batchmates nagme-med school na ngayon. For me, medyo,
Enjoy.
I guess, pasaway ako. I strayed from the path, but it's alright.
How much time are you spending sa games alone?
Sa Hearthstone, well, because of the training schedule, 6 to 7 hours a day, honestly.
And ilang
Except
games
weekends.
yon?
Is it
One game?
a lot?
Many. I think a game of Hearthstone on average lasts maybe 15 minutes. Pero yung sa Hearthstone kasi kailangan pa ulit-ulit talaga yun kasi may element of chance. Siyempre card game kasi siya. So, in order to see what's your win rate, really, you need a bigger sample size. Baka yun na po yung application ng science, yung statistics, ganun po.
Wait, when you play internationally, are there a lot of female players?
I'll give an example po. I just came back from a tournament in Romania where there was around 300 players and I think there were maybe just 10 or less women. So it's really few in comparison, but growing.
But do you think you've been underestimated because of your gender?
I don't think so, no. At least not by people I meet in person. The Hearthstone community, in real life, everybody is very respectful. And the pro players, in general, are very nice people. If ever na ma-discriminate ako, it's usually coming from yung mga trolls, yung mga online lang. So, hindi kita yung mukha nila, tapos under a username lang. So kapag anonymous, syempre, na-embolden sila na maging bastos, ganun. But in real life, I think that the community is very welcoming.
How do you handle that? The bashing, the trolling?
Siguro hindi lang papansinin po. I mean, it's hard to say that, of course, because when I started out as a caster, diba, like, I would be on camera even more often than a pro player. Tapos, yung boses ko the whole time, narinig niyo po yun kapag sa stream. So there would be people, at first kasi I really started as a nobody and I got a stroke of luck to get my first big gig. And nung time na yun, syempre kasi wala pang nakakilala sa akin, ina-assume ng mga tao na, she's just there as the token woman, or ano ba talagang alam nito sa game. But over time, as I kept working harder and improving, I think that the community feedback was good, and the fact that Blizzard kept hiring me for commentating means that they like my work. So eventually, ayun, magiging tahimik na rin yung mga haters kung ganun.
How do you compare e-games sa Philippines abroad? Ganito rin ba sila ka-passionate?
I can only speak for Hearthstone po. And honestly, Hearthstone is not so popular sa Philippines. Mas sikat siya sa, let's say, Europe, China, US. But the Philippine community that we have here for Hearthstone is small but passionate, I would say. Na may isang program kasi yung Blizzard called Fireside Gatherings na kahit sino pwede mag-organize basta may internet connection and a place. So marami pang mga local fireside organizers na they really do it for the community, tapos may prizing sila, and then that type of gathering, I think, yun po yung origins ko, and I really like that we have that community feel.
Question lang yung Hearthstone. How did you discover it? And may other e-games ka rin ba na parang you were hooked?
In terms of esports, like games that I played competitively, Hearthstone lang talaga. The other video games I like, kadalasan mga RPG, mga single-player games lang. And how I got started in Hearthstone is, kasi nung kakagraduate ko lang ng high school, doon kasi nag-ACAD calendar shift. So, kami yung batch na 6 months, yung summer break. So, sobrang wala akong magawa nun. Tapos, in-introduce lang ng Hearthstone ng friend ko from high school. Sabi niya, Gia, do you wanna try this new game? Kasi kakalabas lang. And usong-uso kasi siya ng pinalabas ng Blizzard. And I had played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon TCG before. So, I liked card games. And then, mas accessible pa yung Hearthstone. And I really just got hooked.
What else do you do aside esports? Kasi baka isipin nila puro games lang yung ginagawa mo.
After school, kasi talagang naging full-time esports na ako. So my other hobbies are just nothing career-wise, but I like to play the piano, mahilig ako magbasa, mga ganun po.
I see. Wait lang. For those na, kasi din daming ngayon interested sa mga e-games, diba? But would you say na being a professional gamer, parang makukuha ba siya sa practice, or you think it takes certain skills for you to be a pro?
Probably a little bit of both po. And syempre, that set of skills will vary from game to game. Kunyari, wala akong talent sa Tekken at all kasi mababa yung reflex time ko or something like that. And mababa din yung APM ko, so bawal ako mag-StarCraft. But with Hearthstone, mahilig kasi ako mag-math and strategizing. So I think that's where my talent would lie. But really, the more important thing is hard work. Kasi kahit gano'n ka man ka-talented, kung hindi ka mag-effort, matatalo ka for sure.
You have another player who's actually in like Hearthstone also.
Yes.
How are you practicing with him? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So thrice a week, we have scheduled practice at Bren Esports headquarters. Dito lang din sa Makati. So pumapasok kami, and then we both play for 6 or 7 hours a day. And actually, I really like that my teammate, si Wayne Moon, mahilig kasi siya sa stats eh. Meron talaga siyang Excel sheet to choose what are the best decks and what's the best way to build a lineup. Yung sa Hearthstone, hindi lang kasi yung mismong game a lot of the time you have to bring 3 or 4 decks. So, kailangan pag-isipan mo din yung kung bagay yung mga decks together or may sense ba yung ganyang strategy, ganun. So, magaling talaga siya sa ganyan. And then, when we play the game, like the actual game, of course we discuss, and I think that discussion in Hearthstone really helps someone improve kasi minsan, unlike, let's say, Tekken, kung sumabray ka, like objectively, you can say that's a mistake. And sa Hearthstone, let's say you do a bad trade, minsan hindi mo mapapansin na nagkamali ka and it takes another perspective to explain na dapat ganyan pala yung ginawa mo.
What do you consider your biggest accomplishment sa gaming na to?
I think winning that all-women tournament po. It's called WSOE 2, World Showdown of Esports 2, which is, they're a new tournament organizer na hindi Blizzard mismo, but they have many tournaments across different video game titles. So, nagka-Dota tournament na sila. It just so happened na for Hearthstone, they wanted to do a female tournament. And then, yung special, kasi sa tournament na yun, nagka-patch yung Hearthstone ng biglaan the night before the tournament. So may ilang mga cards na nagbago and all of us puyat kami nang naglalaro. Wala kaming tulog kasi we had to change our lineups and our decks kasi yung ibang strategies hindi na pala pwede. So with that type of like extreme shake-up and being able to adapt on the fly, I think napakalaking achievement.
Grace under pressure.
Do you see girls dominating this game also?
I wouldn't say dominating. Wala pang, I would say, major main circuit tournament na babae yung nakapanalo. But the global finals of Hearthstone is actually, I think this weekend or next weekend na, and there's a female player from China who's competing. And it's the first time that there will be a woman at the highest tournament. So I can see that in the future, baka mas may mag-dominate na po.
And we'll just start the show with say, and that you're the niece of Chris Aquino. What did your tita say about this?
Congrats
Is she
lang po.
aware?
Yeah, I guess po.
Are your cousins also playing?
Not Hearthstone, if I'm aware, but they play video games for sure.
Any upcoming projects aside sa games na ginagawa mo ngayon?
Commentating
Other
work,
tournaments
diba?
po. There's actually something called the Hearthstone Global Games na per country may 2 representatives. So maglalaro po ako doon with Staz. That's going to be November to December din.
Okay, would
Thank
you
you.
mind to invite everyone to, of course, support you in
Team
the
SIBOL.
upcoming Southeast Asian Games?
Ayun po. So, thank you everybody who has been supporting SIBOL. Sana manood po kayo ng SEA Games. I think it's December 5 to 10 for esports. I think pwedeng manood din live sa PhilOil Flying D. And kahit sa online lang kayo manood, kahit mag-spam lang kayo ng Philippine tag sa channel. Ayun,
Support.
malaking support na po yun. And thank you very much.
Alright, thank you.
Photo na lang.